How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Garry's Mod, and today we're going to take a look at something known as the Rust virus. Alright, so what is the Rust virus? Well, it's this very interesting looking entity that... Alright, it's just a cube. But it's more than just a cube, because upon first glance you might think, oh, it's a lame cube that jumps around and makes some zombie noises every now and then. But when it does get to you, and it might seem harmless at first, well, I guess it helps if I make it to where it actually goes after us. Now it's going to be a little bit more hostile, and you can of course whack it, do whatever you want. Once you do make contact with it though, the virus will begin to spread. And you're going to notice that, oh, now there's 2. Oh, now there's 3. They are popping out of you, and the longer you stay alive, the more you're going to spawn. This is definitely not a virus that you want to get big. However, in today's video, we're going to see exactly what happens when that does happen. Alright, so we died. We could see this is pretty much the result we got. Now there's 5 of them, when we started with 1. And the cool thing about it is they can also grab and manipulate props. Now, I've noticed that through my testing, they don't really like to do this all that often, so you do want to be a bit careful. And I'm not too sure why that is. I think it's kind of random. Some people in the comments were complaining about how it doesn't really look like it does in the thumbnail. I think that it can achieve that, you just have to kind of get to that point, which can take some time. Now, of course, the best way to speed up that time is to, of course, give the virus some food. And I think Odessa is going to definitely fit that bill. So, we can see that there is quite a few awesome attacks this thing can do. It can attach a rope, and then once that rope is attached, it's going to pretty much sap all the energy from that NPC. Now, once they do get an adequate amount of resources, they will then reproduce. And, oh, God, is definitely right. We have 1 Odessa left. Oh! And, yeah, they'll just feast on the body and have it explode with all the bones and giblets to show. We accidentally got a little too close. Guys, when you do touch this, you're pretty much dead. I thought that I could out-heal the damage, but eventually you will succumb to it. Now, this is kind of the lame version of the virus, but don't worry, it's going to get a lot more interesting. In fact, we can already see the beginnings of that. So right here we can see 2 of the cubes are now connected. Those cubes will never disconnect. They're now one single entity. And this is going to keep happening until we get a mass of more cubes. We can see 3 spawned there. That is not a good sight. In fact, it looks like they're also on my body, so they're going to get even more from that. But if you ask me, I think we should definitely expedite the process. I'm going to spawn in even more Odessas here, see just how many we can spawn in. Now, it is important to note that you can adjust a lot of the things that this mod can do. First things first, you can actually change the amount of maximum connections between each virus. You can also choose the amount of spread attempts. You can choose the range at which they'll attack you. I would not set it to this range. I have mine at like 1300. When you set it to this far, a lot of the times they just kind of sit there. And then you can also choose the range for aggro. It's already set to like 5000, so it's pretty high already. But I mean, like, if we can just get a good look at this, these things are pretty damn lethal. But I will say, I don't think it's all that fair that we're just kind of throwing Odessa into the mix. So instead, we're going to go ahead and launch some Combine. Now, the Combine could, of course, shoot us, but I think they're going to be a little bit too preoccupied. Now, when it comes to raw damage, you're not really going to be killing these things with your normal, ordinary weapons, because this is, of course, an entity. And an entity doesn't really die all that easily, so one thing I found from reading the comments, someone said that you could destroy it with an energy ball. So let's go ahead and see if we can do that. And looks like they were correct. So an energy ball is going to be your best friend. Now, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but there is a lot more of these cubes than I spawned with. Remember, I've not spawned any of them in. This is all just a natural result of the virus spreading as they consume more and more corpses. And we could see that one of them is even stuck to the wall because, yes, they can stick to walls. That's something they really love to do. It's so interesting. It's like some other life form. It's hard to explain, but we can see there's definitely quite a few connections going on right here. This is almost like the mainframe, and I don't know if you guys saw that. They can jump too, so don't think you're safe just because you're high up. In fact, I'm already dead. But this is now one singular life form, and it's only going to get worse from here on out. Oh my god, what is going on? I don't even know what that was. I think I might have pissed them off, so definitely be careful with which one you pick up. We could see even more connections are being established. As this goes on, the result is going to get even more eerie. But if you ask me, I don't think we have enough of them, so let's go ahead and crank this all the way to 12. I want to see just how many of them we can spawn. But you can see just how formidable these creatures are. I mean, the Combine stands no chance. Maybe they'll have a better chance if we spawn in some elites. And I'm looking at the right here. I am not seeing anything about these cubes dying, and now they have a lot of new corpses to devour, which I hope they do soon. And the game crashed. Alright, so we are back, and already we're starting to see this is definitely going quite a bit faster than the last round. We can see a lot of them are just kind of fighting over the food. I made it to where they're ignoring us so that we don't have to deal with so much lag. But guys, really do be careful with some of the settings. I think I might have gave them too many connections. Oh, I think it's time. It looks like they've all combined into one being now. And it's lagging the hell out of my computer. So the one thing I've noticed is Source really freaks the hell out when there's a lot of physics props interacting with each other. I don't know if it's like something to do with particles, something to do with the fact that the engine can't handle it, but we can see that this is an absolute nightmare, and I really want this to work. Maybe if I let them go after me, things can get better. Alright, I don't know what I did, but suddenly now the performance is amazing. You really want to be careful with the performance on this. Here it is, my friends. This tangled mess of wires and cubes is now what we must face. Although it looks like these cubes are actually stuck into the floor, and I think it's actually holding the creature back, so I might end up removing these. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and remove some of this because a lot of this is kind of just wasted space. And now that we have unleashed it, you guys can see the true horror of what we are facing here. It looks like they really do want to eat the Odessa. Even when I pull it away, look at how quick it gets back to its meal. It's so disgusting. This thing is disturbing as all hell. However, the video must go on. So unfortunately, I must go ahead and remove all of the bodies. This might piss it off, but that's exactly what I'm counting on. Alright, now that it's free, we can see this is the beast's true nature. This is what it truly looks like. And now that it's attacked us, it is going to latch onto you, and there is nothing you can do. You are going to die even faster than before, until you then become its next meal. I just love the way this thing moves around. It kind of reminds me of like the Venom symbiote, how it just kind of like crawls around with the goop. It really gives me that kind of a vibe. Now again, they're so fixated to whatever is over here. I don't know what they want. I think they're trying to merge with these two cubes right here, in fact. Alright, so I had to actually go over and freeze it in place. Look at how ravenous this thing is. It really wants to go back to that spot. I do think that that might be an issue. I swore that it was something on my end, but I do have it to where they are going after me. Wait, Odessa, where did you come from? Well, unfortunately, my friend, you must be fed to the beast. Maybe that's what they were after. Anyway, let's go ahead and let it loose, see what happens. Oh, you could see Odessa's being dragged. Oh, and just like that, he's gone. We now have 4 more cubes. And once again, it goes back to the spot. I don't know what it is with this. I made sure to remove absolutely everything here. Oh, I see now. Okay, now it makes sense. These things are ravenous. Oh my god. Oh, it's going. Oh, I need to watch this. Look at how insanely scary this is. Imagine if I had no NPCs on this map. Oh, Odessa, I'm so sorry, my friend. This is going to be quite horrifying to watch. Okay, now it makes sense. The mystery has been solved. That was honestly just absolutely hilarious. So I wonder now, if we were to get rid of all the Odessas and make it to where we are the only ones left, I wonder if then it'll chase after us. Okay, I think I pissed it off. Let's see if we can get it to come after us now. We can see it's definitely trying, although I am a little bit worried that it may get stuck along the way. I did hear that the navigation or the pathing was not the best for this thing, and we could see like there's just wires going everywhere. I don't even understand what it's all about. Here we go though. Now it is unleashed, and somehow it's still able to move. Remember, one touch is all it takes. And we can see here's where all the wires are. They got stuck on the stairs. Oh, that is so unfortunate. It really is trying to come through. So I want to give it a bit of help, but I'm also just kind of worried I'm going to get it even more stuck than it already was. Alright, sorry about that, guys. I don't know why, it took so long to get them to want to combine. That's probably the most difficult thing, but now we can see it has begun. The creature is now made. And it's only going to get worse, and again, if you think you're safe up here, this thing has many different ways to get to you. And once it does get to you, like I said, one attack, that's all it takes. You cannot escape this freak. I do apologize for how long it took to get to this point, guys. I didn't think it would take this long, but now that we're at this point, I really do want to try to escape from this thing. I made sure that there's no other NPCs, it's just us. Now, there is, of course, still some issues. Like that, for instance. Alright, so after a bunch of different attempts, I think I finally have something that somewhat is working. Here it is. This is my magnificent beast. Now, guys, the cool thing is, again, is your creature could look completely different. It could have double the amount of blocks in it. Alright, I have no idea what happened, but now it is incredibly pissed off at me. You can tell from all the sound it's making. Now it is on the hunt, and this is when you should probably be very, very scared. Once again, it's really hard for me to tell what exactly causes this. I do think it's stuck to the ground. It is, because that is kind of one issue with this, is it likes to cling to walls, and I really do not know why. But now it's on the loose. This is exactly the thing I wanted to showcase, right here. It took like a whole 8 minutes to do so, but god damn it, here we are. This is absolutely horrifying. Now it looks just like the thumbnail. It might be a lot easier for you guys to do it, but I was just having the worst time. Maybe it's because I'm on the 64 branch. But I also think that there is just a few issues with this add-on. The first one being, of course, this. Yeah, the game crashed. Well, that's pretty much the gist of it, guys. If you like this video, leave a like, subscribe. Links will be in the description. Thank y'all so much for watching. I'll see y'all very soon. And until then, thanks for watching and farewell.